here. It's stepping up in distance, but looks like it will get the extra. Varsileus, a good stayer. And then Collins Street, Kabilla, Storm Edition and Keystone, the main ones here with Jangling Jack and Knockrow. They move in well for the Yarra Glen Cup. Once again, here's John.
OK, Chris, big one of the day here at Yarra Glen. The Eat Well, Live Well Yarra Glen Cup punters seat as a match in the two. Varsileus now into Tate favourite 390 and Trousers out to 410. There's not much between them in the ring. 4 Varsileus on Tate 390, 7 Trousers 410. Collins Street number 6, 710. Number 1 Storm Edition 920. Number 3 Kabilla's at 960. And number 10 Keystone at 960. Race over 1950 metres. Jangling Jack is the inside runner. Keystone's in 2. Knockrowers next along. The outsider Bida Condios, joined by Mondi, who finished a long way back in Halo Jack's race at Caulfield on Sunday. The Larkins moved in. Varsileus deeper on the track. Storm Edition, winner of the recent Traralgon Cup over the 1900 metres. Then won at Moonee Valley, then failed at Caulfield in an 1800 metre race. Won by Delirious. Now still out is Stands a Bit and Collins Street to come up. Trousers moving in to an outside stall. And they'll soon be ready here for the Eat Well, Live Well Yarra Glen Cup for 2002. Evocative coming up to complete the line. And Stands a Bit of the 2 out. Varsileus now into 360 on Tote Trousers, number 7, 410. And it Stands a Bid to come in with Evocative. Evocative drawn the extreme outside. Won a country cup at Flemington a couple of years back. I think that was over the Spring Carnival. Don't think it's done a great deal since. Stands a Bid's moved up. Evocative takes up the outside stall. They're ready for action. All set to run. Line good. Set. Stand well. Away they go. Caught them in a beautiful line too, and Jangling Jack was one of the first to jump out towards the inside. Was a clear leader coming down the straight from Knockrow, who's taking up a handy posse, and just in behind them, ridden along early as the Larkin, being followed closely by Stands a Bit and Mondi going forward. Collins Street is in behind them. Storm Edition is going up deep on the track, 1.5 lengths. Kabilla on the inside of Varsileus, being followed by Trousers. 2 lengths further back is Bida Condios, and Evocative is tailed out to last as they race out of the straight. 1,500 metres left to go, and Jangling Jack showed the way by 1 length in advance of Knockrow. 1/2 length further back is Mondi, 1 length into the Larkin, followed by Stands a Bid. 3 lengths away, Storm Edition on the outside of Keystone, being followed by Varsileus, forced to go a bit wide at that point, but he's making ground. Collins Street in behind them, followed by Kabilla, and then Trousers well back at that point, followed by Bida Condios. And Evocative is last of all, and 15 lengths covers the field as they race into the back. 1,100 metres left to go, and Jangling Jack was the pilot by over 1 length in advance of Knockrow. 1 length to Mondi, plenty of speed on. Further back is the Larkin as they go past the 1,000. 2.5 lengths further back is Stands a Bid. 2 lengths away, Varsileus over on the outside of Storm Edition. A couple further back is Keystone, followed by Collins Street. Trousers a long way off the lead, so is Kabilla, and well back in behind them then came Bida Condios. Down the back they travel. Evocative still last of all, where Jangling Jack is making every post a winner. Jangling Jack 1.5 lengths to Mondi, 1/2 length to Knockrow, 2 lengths away the Larkin. Storm Edition Stands a Bit back behind them. Kabilla making ground. Collins Street. Varsileus is trapped very deep as they come up towards the home turn, where Jangling Jack is still the leader. 1.5 lengths to Mondi in third place. Then Storm Edition Stands a Bit. Varsileus to the outside, still making ground, and further back in the field is Trousers, has come from a long way back. Jangling Jack the leader, tackled by Storm Edition at the top of the straight. Kabilla is joining him with a good run, and Trousers is further back, and Varsileus is a long way back. Storm Edition the leader halfway down the running. Kabilla's trying to peg him back, but Storm Edition's going strongly in the final stage. So Storm Edition's going to win the cup. Storm Edition by a length. Kabilla second, Trousers third, 6 lengths away. Then Keystone, followed by Jangling Jack, and further back in the field came Stands a Bid, followed by Mondi. Collins Street a long way from them. Bida Condios, Evocative. Varsileus has run third last, and the last couple over the line, the Larkin back in company with Knockrow. Another cup for Storm Edition. Been a very capable galloper, and he has triumphed. The only danger really in the straight, Kabilla. He's probably got to win about 3/4 of a length of him on the line, but never was he likely to peg him back. And Storm Edition and Trousers, who was out of the race really at the halfway mark, finishing in third place, but the third placing and those behind him were a long way off the first and second. Winner of the race and a gallant performance under his big weight by Storm Edition, ridden by Reese Wheeler. and he is trained by Barry Barnes, who's done a great job with this 5-year-old chestnut gelding by Toy Pindari out of Stormy Solitaire. Form had been impeccable, and he put in that ordinary race over the 1800 at Caulfield last time out, but he was on his best today, and he has safely held Kabila in the run to the post. 1, 3 and 7 official placings in the Eat Well, Live Well Yarra Glen Cup. Number 1, Storm Edition, ridden by Reese Wheeler. Number 3, Kabila is second, ridden by Nash Ruwilla. Third is number 7, Trousers, ridden by Brett Preble. Varsileus could never get on the track and was a beaten horse on the home turn, and has finished only ahead of 2 in the run down the straight. Number 9 ran fourth. Jangling Jack's been a very good run, making all the running and setting a sizzling pace. And a 5th placing, we'll have that in just a moment. Now looking for the dividends, which will be up. The time not there as yet. Margin would be about, probably about half a length looking at this photo. Kabila was certainly gaining on him as the post was reached, but he didn't look like to get to him, or look likely to get to him at any stage in the run down the straight, and Trousers has made up a heap of ground to run third. He might be looking for it a bit longer at this stage of his career, Trousers, but he has made up plenty of ground. Now the time 1:58.27. 1:58.27 is outside the record, which is held here by Loyal and True. And the dividends on the Yarra Glen Cup. The winner Storm Edition pays $9.20 and $2.80. Number 3 Kabila $3.10. Number 7 Trousers $1.70. Quinella at $44.40. Exacta $72.60. Trifecta $296.
Yeah, that was a lovely ride by Reese Wheeler too to get the toppy home in the Yarra Glen Cup after race 5, and nice odds too. And Kabila the only danger. Trousers coming from well back to run third. And so the winner, Storm Edition of this year's Yarra Glen Cup. And there's young Reese Wheeler, who's riding very well at the moment too. 44.40 Quinella, 72.60 exact at 2.96 the trifecta. Now, Gawler, race 5, a class 2 over 1600. And a small field, and it's interesting.
A big field, been a few massive goes on course. Stylish Lass, number 5 from the Gay Waterhouse Yard, eased out 2 points, has been smashed in 4 points, and you're getting a couple of dollars better value. It's stablemate Heretier, number 17. At one stage got out 1 point, has jumped since back in 3 points, is now the clear on-course favourite and several dollars better value on the tote. Larry Olsen, which way do we go in a tough field?
Yeah, Brendan, I'm in trouble here. In trouble all day, but apart from that, I think at the Gay Waterhouse runners, they both look all right. I thought Stylish Lass looked better at the 2. She looked much brighter, but of course Jimmy Cassidy give Heretier a big rap. So, but I just thought on hers, I thought the 5 looked better. But look, we're sticking with the 3. Mine going 3, 2, 12 and 10. Most of those were my original selections. I thought Lauren Alagi, you know, she's a class act, this one, and she's going to be positioned beautifully in this race. If there's going to be a lot of pace, she should get a good run. And I think she's by far the best of the Queensland runners here, and I think she's one of the best in Australia. So for that, I put her in. See the Gold, this horse has done very well here for Bede, and I put her in for second. The 12 Gay Adventure, that's another Toowoomba horse that I think will get an excellent run with 52 on its back from 2 early. It's always performed very, very well, this little filly. Look, there's a stack of others, Brendan, but I'm going to put in Ron Mourn's horse, the 10 English Treasure. I've seen her run quite a bit, and it's the best I've seen her look in the enclosure. She's a mare that can run a real good race. She's always done it against the best class on her day. Look, a series of others that look well. I thought the 5, the 15, the 14, they all look extremely well in the enclosure, but this is the toughest race I've seen for a long time. But anyway, Brendan, we'll stick with what we know. We'll go with Lauren Alagi to win, 3 to win from the 2, 12 and the 10.
Okay, and more money now sees Heretier, the tote favourite, $5.50 Queensland, ahead of the 3 and then the 2, as I mentioned. Big go on track, the 17 and also the 5. Chris Kearns, massive field. Will it be Gay Waterhouse with a couple of runners, a couple of the big stables with a couple of runners engaged here? Keep your eye out for Here for Glory, number 18, which is overs on the tote, and there's a few around the track. Larry, it does play up a little in the alleys, but if it jumps well, could be a winning chance.
Yes, this is probably the pick of the Ron Mourne stable, and she does have a problem around at the barriers, but Ron's been working hard to correct a lot of these problems. He normally does need a blanket and various things, but he's taken a lot of the gear off, as you see today. Blinkers off, pacifiers off, a lot of things. And, of course, she appeared to be all right going onto the track, where she can be a bit unruly. But like her last couple of runs have been nothing short of outstanding. So what we need for her to do is just be on her best behaviour, but we can't guarantee that.
I'm off to have a little each-way bet. Good luck with whatever you fancy in the running of the Silk Stocking for 2002 as we take you back to the studio, Chris.
Thank you, fellas. Yes, you've summed it up. A very, very tough race. Chock full of chances, some very good fillies and mares, all, well, not all, but a lot of them in very much winning form. And Heretier, just the favourite in front of Lauren Alagi, See the Gold, and Stylish Lass and Gilded Wings, and then 1-12-7 making up the top 8. They're moving up now for the big one, the Silk Stocking there at Gold Coast. Correct weight at Gosford, 460-190 G Trump, 860 Quinella, 1910 Exacta, 174.70 Trifecta. And the last at Yarra Glen, 9 off, our top 8 there has Our Brave Lady on top, number 3 over 2 Queen of Scots. This is for the stayers, this final event. Malthouse at 570 and Triomphe de l'Amour at 670. They're the main ones. Mr Sam Booker and Legal Bound have had backing too. Race over the 2680. Well, we've been waiting for this big one all day, the Silk Stocking, and runners are getting set. $100,000 race. Here's Alan for the Silk Stocking.
Yes, this year's Independent Fuel Supply Silk Stocking handicap. They always pose a mystery, and the 18 runners face the starter, and every year it's 5 and 6 to 1 the field, and pretty hard to find the winner before they jump out of the barrier stools. Now they're about to come into the gates. Now Madame French had to be replated, and Here for Glory has finally been loaded per the medium of the blindfold. Best back runner here has probably been Heretier. Good money too for See the Gold, and Laurenelle Argy's been well tried. Stylish Lass is at the double figure odds of $10. Now Kiss is about to be led up to the inside gate. Gilded Wings. Note the rider of Gilded Wings, Michael Carl, just looking down. I think everything's okay. Now the farrier is still attending to Madame French. In the meantime, Glenn Collis brings up Card Queen. Good starting point here, the 1400 for the Silk Stocking. They have a great run to the first corner. Now Model Material goes in. The farrier still dealing with Madame French. In the meantime, Ina's Treasure's been loaded. So half the field's been placed away. See the Gold behind them. Sophisticat about to come up. So Heretier's our favourite at 5.40. See the Gold and Laurenelle Argy at 6.10. And Stylish Lass 9.90. Gilded Wings at $10. Now See the Gold wants to back up at the moment. And they're still attending to Madame French. Gee, this is in a dirty mood. See the Gold. A mare by Mr Henry C. She's won her last 5. She's won 9 from 18, and she just won't go anywhere near the gates. Quest for Success waiting its turn. So too is Stylish Lass and Sophisticat. And this horse, See the Gold. Dear oh me, it's in a dirty mood. Now, See the Gold has actually been backed towards the starting gates. You don't like to see that. They've got about 3 or 4 gatemen, plus the starter, Jeff Fanning, and oh, she's just pulling out. She doesn't want to be here. Doesn't want to be here. See the Gold at the moment. Put the nervous Nelly through you. Now, the rider's got from the saddle Corey Brown, and they're trying to run her up on the trot. In the meantime, Madame French is still walking around behind the line to about 2 or 3 attendants trying to grab hold of her to let the farrier finish the job. See the Goal won't go up into the gates, and half the field's just standing around playing tiddlywinks. So you can see these riders on screen. They haven't been asked to move their horses forward yet. Corey Brown standing on the ground. And they still can't get Madame French right. Well, Madame French, the farrier still can't finish the work on it. See the Gold's almost about to sit down on the ground in protest, happening to be at the races. And See the Gold's got 5 gatemen around her at the moment. That's Madam French we can see on screen. Hopefully being finished off there by the farrier. And we're already well past post-advertised starting time here with no hope of improvement. Corey Brown, I think's disgusted. He's got his hands on his hips. Have a look at this horse, See the Gold. That's Madam French. See the Gold's off to the right of it, just behind the starting gates. See the Gold. And there's the farrier moving to the right-hand side of screen. Madam French's rider about to go back into the saddle. Starthy Katsitas. That's Stylish Slash with the red cap. Heritier. Heritier's got very, very similar colours to Card Queen. Well, this has become a worry with this one of these favourites, See the Gold. In the meantime, these other horses will have to be loaded, otherwise we'll be here till 10 o'clock. See the Gold does not want to go anywhere near the barrier stools whatsoever. And now trying to be dragged up. Just won't move. And I think these other horses will have to be loaded, surely. And if they can't get her in, they'll have to go without her. Gilded Wings and Awesome Edge, and there's Madam French in the pink. Gee, this is bad luck for the connections of this horse, See the Gold. It is a feature race on the calendar, the Independent Field Supply Silk Stocking. It's 1,400 metres, it's black type, it's a listed race. And they just now, this horse is within a length of the barrier stools.
Okay, drama's there prior to the silk stocking. Now, we have a Beanley Greyhound race for our pub and club viewers coming up. So we're going to have a look and see what's happening there. Now, Beanley are going to hold, so we can come back to this big race at the Gold Coast shortly. There's the marketed Yarra Glen. That race only 2 minutes away. So I'd be betting there because this race at the Gold Coast, as Alan said, might go at 10 o'clock tonight the way they're going. They're having terrible trouble getting them in. They've been around there for ages, and the race is now 5 minutes late. See the Gold is the one they've had enormous trouble with, and they've sort of got her halfway in. And we'll see what happens now. They've got her in now, so Corey Brown will jump back on. But in the meantime, all these others are out, and the question mark is probably why they couldn't have started to have loaded the others, but they were concentrating on See the Gold. In the meantime, let's go back to Alan.
Yeah, it wants to bail up now. I've got a sneaking suspicion. The way the wind is blowing today, I think it's blowing in the horses' faces in the back straight. And I just think the horse, they don't like it. And I've got a sneaking suspicion, if you have a look at the trees in the background, you'll see that the trees are actually leaning in the direction of the horses. And I'd say the horses just don't like this wind. And it is quite gusty over there. And it's right in their faces. Although you'd think behind the barrier stalls they'd have some protection. And now they push Heritier up towards the gates. And they're off and racing now, and Quest for Success was slow to move at the start, and Here for Glory went back with Gilded Wings. Westward from the outside was the first to go and led from Heritier. Stylish Lash driving along the fence to join those. Madam French is fourth, and See the Gold is racing in fifth position. On the fence, Model Material. Then came Maringo Mull, followed by Kisses Carbracel. Then came Go Adventure. Card Queen drifting back on the inside of Ina's Treasure, followed by Quest for Success. And then Here for Glory's a long way back, and then came Sophisticat, followed by Lauren L.R.G. and then Gilded Wings, and last Awesome Edge. 700 metres to go. Westward's clear by 3. It's Heritier second, Stylish Lass on the inside from See the Gold and Madam French. 3 Model Material, 1 Maringo Mull, 2.5 to Kisses on the inside. A Carbracel from Quest for Success. Go Adventure, Card Queen, Ina's Treasure, Sophisticat, Here for Glory, Lauren L.R.G., Gilded Wings and Awesome Edge. Westward is clear round the bend of the 400 metres mark. Heritier's in hot pursuit from Stylish Stylish Lass. Then came See the Gull, Maringo Mull, Model Material is next, and then Card Queen. But Westward's well clear at the 200. Heritier trying to get out after it. Maringo Mull and Card Queen along the fence, but Westward is the leader. Heritier's trying to get the Westward, then Card Queen. It's Heritier going to Westward. Heritier took the lead and Heritier beat Westward. Card Queen's in a photo for third with Maringo Mull. Close up Ina's Treasure, Gilded Wings, and then came Lauren Alargi. The next home Model Material, Here for Glory, followed by Kisses, Awesome Edge. Then Quest for Success. Further back in the field came See the Goal. She didn't want to be here. And then came Carbracel, Stylish Lass a long way back, followed by Sophisticat. And last home is Madame French, and there's one broken down. Number 12, Gay Adventure.
Who's been in front from the outset, has got away now. And Mr. Sambuca, a length and a half. Legal Bound is giving chase. Malthouse is under pressure. Triumph Delamore putting in a run, followed by Regent's Rocket. And then Our Brave Lady, and further back Queen of Scots are starting to gain ground from a long way back. Mr. Sambuca, the leader.
And the pumper. He loves to win a big race, and he's won the Silk Stocking today at the Gold Coast. And a perfect ride from the wide barrier on Heritier. Heavily back to win. It ended up paying $5.30 and $2.30 over Westward at $6.90. Card Queen at $5.40. Quinella $55.90. And the trifecta $1,929, $17.9 and $4. But a terrific performance by this filly. She's come back in very good form to win the big one today at the Gold Coast as Jim Cassidy returns aboard Heritier. And she had a struggle to run down that outsider that was in front there, which was Westward and Jason Taylor, looking for another big win too, but she was able to knuckle down at the end and win the race nicely. Well, everything happened at once there, with that race running nearly 10 minutes late at the Gold Coast. And of course, Yarra Glen, in an exciting finish, the last went to Our Brave Lady and Dale Short. So,
Miles at Caulfield.